Hi, this is Kevin with Naples Lawn Service, and today we're going to be talking about the ability to help you out to get yourself a little garden started. So we have a tractor, and we have a tiller, and we have a bush hog. So we can bush hog down some real tall grass on your property real short, and then you get yourself some compost delivered, and then we will go ahead and till up your patch of ground. With our tiller, we will get the compost all dumped in there and then till in the compost and then let you go at it and try to grow whatever vegetables that you can. Okay, so today we're going to show you how we build our first garden, and we're just learning, and as we learn we're going to pass the information along. And I just did a video on how to fence the garden in to keep any small animals out from destroying your crops. Now I'm going to show you how we started the garden. Okay, so what we did is took the highest ground that we have on our property here, and we went out front and we dug up some sand and we filled it in a little bit higher. So this area is probably a foot or 18 inches higher than the rest of the property, because we don't want it to flood out if we're growing anything. And usually growing season here in Southwest Florida, you start about September, and rainy season really ain't over till October. So we want to have some high ground. First thing we did is fill this all in with extra sand. If you have high ground, you don't necessarily need to do this, but I wanted to do it. So we filled in this whole thing with about a foot or 18 inches of sand. Okay, the next thing we did is go get some compost. There's a place right here in Naples called Fogg's Nursery, but you can get it from Home Depot or Lowe's or various places. But get you some compost, and we got a whole truckload. I think we got 7 cubic yards, and we dumped the compost, had the guy dump it here, and then we took our tiller. We have a tractor with a tiller, and we went ahead and tilled all the compost into the sand. So all the compost is mixed in with the sand, went back and forth, tilled it in really good, and that completed our next step. Okay, our next step was, this is optional, but we put in stepping stones so you could step around, around all your plants and your whatever you planted. We may not do this next time. We'll probably do a little bit different, but this time we put in the stepping stones. You don't have to do it like that. You can just cut rows in and just watch where you're walking. But that's why we got the stepping stones in there. Okay, so after the compost and the tilling, all we did is get some seeds. These are beets here, but from Rural King or Amazon or wherever you want to get them from, and they all have different requirements. They'll tell you on the back. Some are a 1/4 inch deep, a 1/2 inch deep, 1 inch deep, but you just put the seed in the ground a little bit and cover it up according to the directions, and the rest is history. Okay, so then we put some tomato seeds in. These are all tomatoes right here, and these are the tomato cages. You can buy them like this with wire in them, or you can buy the plastic ones, or whatever you want. What we're going to do next time, somebody had told me, you just take some fencing wire, like this fencing wire over here, or like this cattle field fencing, and just cut 6 rows and cut it off, and then you just roll that up and put that on there. That's another way you can make some tomato cages. So I'm going to show you how to make a homemade tomato cages. I got this old field fencing that we use for cattle fencing laying around, and what you do is just determine the diameter that you want it. In this case we decided right here, and then if you got some of these fence pliers that you can get at the hardware store to cut fence with, just go ahead and start hacking that thing just like that, down, 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 all of them the same. So when you cut them, you just leave a little tail like this, because you're going to need something to hook around there. But you're just going to bend that around, back around like that. The tops and bottoms are going to be the hardest because they're a thicker gauge wire. But anyway, bend that around. Just go right around, bending these things down just like this. Okay, so there you have it. One tomato cage. You saved yourself about 10 bucks from the hardware store. Okay, so last thing you're going to do is put this cage over top of your tomato plant. Get some wooden stakes like this. Just hammer them things in. And that's going to hold your tomato cage in place. There you go. And one thing about these, homemade ones is this is galvanized fencing. This is going to last 50 years. I don't know how long something like this is going to last, and this is a little thinner, but this is like the most heaviest duty tomato cage you could possibly have right here. So these tomatoes have been in the ground about 10 weeks. We hadn't been watering as much as we should, so now we've upped our watering, which really helped. It's dry season here in Southwest Florida, so pretty much got to water this, and I was told by a friend you can't water it too much, so we're going to up our watering schedule on this. And we also got some marigolds here that we planted here and here. And then this is dill over here. Okay, then over here we got some kale, which we've already been eating. This is really good. And we got some spinach over here growing, and we got some lettuce over there. And this is about 2 months worth of growth. We just started fertilizing them and watering them heavy, so it probably would have grown a lot quicker than that, but we're just learning, and so I just want to share that with you and about this. And over here we got some more lettuce growing right here, and then over here we got some carrots and peas and cucumbers. All right, and here we got some radishes and beets growing right here. We've been eating the radishes too. That was really good. Sauteed them up in some butter in the frying pan. Those are excellent. We've been eating this kale. It's really good. And then over here we got sweet potatoes growing. Okay, so next we got some acorn squash just starting to pop up, and then down on the end we got some peppers. Next we got some pumpkins growing up here, and these are the edible type of pumpkins. Okay, for fertilizer we've been using what's called 10-10-10. Okay, and then that 10-10-10, we basically just scooped a little bit of dirt out here, put a little bit in there, and all the way around. You don't want to put it on top of them, it'll kill them, but you just scoop a little hole in the ground and put that around there. Watering, we just use a sprinkler here, and we run it for about a half hour in one position, then we move it over and run it for about a half hour in the other position. You can run it as much as you want, but that's what we're doing right now in the middle of this dry season, because we don't get much rain here in the winter, so you definitely got to water them a lot. All right, so what we're offering here with Naples Lawn Service is if you want to start a garden, we'll go ahead and get you a nice pad made up here and with fill, and then if you want to have some fill delivered or compost delivered or whatever, so as soon as it's delivered, we'll go ahead and spread it all out for you, and we'll use our tiller and till it all in, and then of course it's up to you to grow whatever you want, but that's what we're going to offer people out here in Golden Gate Estates and Collier County, Naples, is the ability to get yourself a garden started and growing your own vegetables. Okay, so there you have it. I'm Kevin with Naples Lawn Service, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe. We're going to have a lot more coming out. This is our very first gardening, farming video, so we're going to have a lot more coming out as progress is made and things that we learn. And hit the like button if you like it, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll have a lot more videos coming out.